Hi guys, I'm back. I thought today I would do another video, but this one, the last one I did was the favorite art supplies of the year for 2022. I think this one is going to be just showing some new supplies that I've gotten recently and fairly recently. It's not unboxing because I've opened almost everything here. I've just got a table full of stuff that I've collected of new things, and I'll go ahead and get into it. And it's mostly all art and craft supplies. So excuse me. First thing is my easel, and you can see it's already gotten dirty, and that's important to not be too precious, I think, with things like this, because I'm going to have it for the rest of my life. So I've already used it quite a bit, but I haven't had it for very long. It's really new. I'm not even sure that I have used every function on it. Like, it's on wheels, and I can move it anywhere in the studio. It slides up and down. It folds flat to make a table. It's amazing. I love this easel. This is from a brand called Meeden, and it was ordered on Amazon. I cannot remember how much it was, but it's worth every penny no matter how much it was. The other thing is, in that realm, is this tripod. It is so hardcore. I love this for when I'm painting, when I travel. It's not light, but I've had lighter ones that I can pack and carry, and they just bend and break, and they're not worth it. It's like finally just made a real investment in something where I can do plein air painting and not worry about my bag easel bending it falling, it getting blown over, anything. This thing is super duper sturdy, and there's so much you can do with it. It has a built-in level, so you know the sucker's flat. There's a million things you can do, and it extends really high if you want it to, but everything in between. There's also a detachable monopod, so you can use only one leg of this if you want. What else about this? Is there a brand name on here? Yes, it's right here. Sorry, I'm trying to do this all one-handed. K&F Concept. It's right there by my hand. K&F Concept. Fantastic. Like, I've loved it, and I can't wait to use it more once I get this nerve situation taken care of. I go to the Brain and Spine Center tomorrow for the neurologist there to decide whether I'm having surgery or epidural. And honestly, at this point, I prefer the surgery, just to have, to not be going back and going back. I've not heard a lot of great things about people who've had the epidurals, but I'm going to trust the smart people to tell me what to do, and that's that. Anyway, so that I use with, this is not new, but just so you can get an idea, I have, oh my gosh, this art bag from Etcher Studio, okay? This thing has been so amazing. So what I can do is I can pack all of my art supplies in here. It has about 800 configurations of ways you can put in pockets. It's got a Velcro system going on in there. It's got a fold flap that like hooks on, that you can get carabiners to hook things onto. The straps can change in configuration from a shoulder strap to a backpack, which is how I like to carry it. When I get to carry it, and also to a shoulder strap that helps you hold this flat, so you can do art without a tripod, without anything else. You won't even need your lap. It literally holds it flat for you, and you have your arms free to paint or draw or whatever it is you do. This thing is amazing. And the best thing about it, here, I'm gonna unzip this side so you can fully see. Oh, they are unzipped. Oh, it's hooked here. Okay, hold on. Hopefully you can see. Inside here, there's a place to put your paper, pad, canvas, whatever it is that you're painting on inside there. And that's the flat surface that you're painting on. Sorry, I just twisted myself there. And the best part about it is, see that clip on the back right there? So this comes with a plate right there. I don't have any nails to click it, ASMR. There's a plate in there, right there. It has a hole to be able to screw onto tripods. The bonus for me is this piece right here can click into the piece on the top of that tripod, and those pieces are kind of ubiquitous with a lot of like gear. GoPro and stuff like that have those. I think they're the same. They're very similar, if not the same type of clip-ins and exchanges and stuff like that. And that makes it really easy that I'm not completely screwing in and unscrewing a tripod every time I go to paint plein air, because usually we're traveling, we're like on the side of a mountain or wherever we are, out in the rocks of the desert or something. I can clip it off, get my tripod secured on the bag, throw the whole thing on my back. It's heavy, but it's worth it because it's distributing the weight on both shoulders, which is fantastic when you can. I can also carry that as a carry-on through the airport. So I have carried that bag probably 10 trips, different places, in country, out of the country, all over the place. I only got stopped one time with this bag to, where was it? Virgin Islands. Pretty sure it was the Virgin Islands. We went to St. Croix, and they stopped me on the way home and searched that bag because of the tin of my watercolor tins, because of the metal tin. They searched those because they couldn't see inside them, I guess. And they were just very suspicious about me about it. But other than that, that's the only time. And once I explained to him what they were, and he saw that that's what they were, and that's what the whole setup was for, he was cool. But it just took a long time. Was it St. Croix or Honduras, maybe? I don't know, one of those two. But yeah, that's the only time I've ever been stopped for it, for anything. It's the right size. Even with the tripod attached to the back, I've been able to travel with it and put it under my seat in the plane or put it up above. And it's great. And I can keep an incredible amount of art supplies in it to travel with, or just what I really need. It's super nice because I can keep my watercolor paper pads in there, and they don't get damaged. Corners don't get all messed up and everything else. And that's huge if you're traveling, and especially doing watercolor. You don't want your paper all jacked up. So that's that with the tripod. So that's amazing. I went in a little too much, but you get why I use it now. I have this here for a reason. It's not new. I'm probably going to switch you guys down here in just a second. Another thing, this guy. You wouldn't normally think of this as an art supply. I got it at Ace Hardware down here by my shop. It's propane fuel. The torch helps to get rid of bubbles out of resin. Now, this is on my big pieces, like big pieces, not, you know, little tiny jewelry and stuff like that, little bitty, you know, pieces. You don't use that on this. You're gonna melt your mold before you ever get the bubbles out. But that's what that is for, and I have found that that works better. That open flame tends to work really good at getting that resin clear. So that has been a new thing that actually I really like a lot. Haven't really gotten to use it here recently. Pretty much that's true for almost everything here. I haven't been able to use it recently because of the injury, but I digress. The other thing is this canvas right here. So this is Winsor & Newton Artist Canvas. It's a deep edge, 1.5 inch gallery wrap canvas. You can see here. So it's got a very deep edge on it here, which is what I absolutely love. This is a 24 inch by 48 inch, which is a nice big canvas, which I love to work on. We got this this last weekend when we went to Hamilton to Renaissance Art Supply. They are again going out of business. Everything was 40% off, and to get 40% off on the price of a canvas that's this big is huge. If they had a bunch more, I might have sprung for more, but they didn't have a lot. I think everybody was taking advantage of that sale, so less for them to move, I suppose. But I won't be using this for a little while yet, although maybe I will. I'll tell you what, the craziest thing, yesterday I found out, you know, I have some paintings and arts and hats and things like that over at Antiques Village in Centerville. I have a wall there with a lot of stuff on it, and my very first piece that I did left-handed, I have filmed that, and it may just be on TikTok, but I'll check. It's like a big rainbow piece with planets and stuff in it, and I was really just testing to see if I could create with my left hand because it's not my dominant hand. And I'm like, yeah, I can do that, you know. So I put that piece in at Antiques Village to sell at not my regular pricing, because I was doing it with my non-dominant hand. It was my first try at doing it and everything. I mean, I was, you know, it's here. Maybe somebody will want it, maybe not, I don't know. And it sold, and I've only had it there like 2 weeks, and I was just like, I mean, I've had stuff that's been there like a year, so it blew me away. I was so happy, and I hope it goes to a really good home and that they're very happy with it. That's the only thing about selling things outside of my shop, is that I don't see what, like, the person that's taking it home. I don't get to get their vibe, you know what I mean? But because that was so bright and rainbowy and like spacey and everything, I have a feeling the person, their vibe was just fine, because they're probably aliens just like me, right? Anyway, this is the really big canvas that I got for 40% off, which was still expensive, but amazing price for what this is, especially being a brand like Winsor & Newton. I don't even know that I've ever seen their canvases before, but it looks really nice. There's no dings or dents in it. They had it sitting up really high on the wall in their shop, so not a lot of people could be just touching it. Oh, their regular price on this was $89.99. Little tag is right here. So yeah, that goes to show you, big canvas, not cheap. So I got 40% off of that, which was bomb, and I got to take advantage of a sale. I'm hoping once my wing is fixed here, sorry, I'm out of breath, that I'm going to teach myself how to stretch my own canvas so I can make large canvas myself and not have to pay that premium. So wish me luck on that. That's another project for another day. I'm going to set this out of the way. And while I'm showing you big things, before I change the camera angle again, here's another canvas. You can see, this is one that I had used that Gaffrey textural heavy body acrylic paint on. Hopefully you can see the texture in this. It's neither here nor there, though. I just want to show you it's a nice big canvas. And one of the things, I'll be painting something here, you know, on my big table, this is what I'm pointing to here, or on my easel, and I'll want to change that canvas out for another piece because that one's drying or something like that. I was telling my husband I really need something to carry canvas around without actually touching the front and hopefully not the sides of the canvas to mess it up. You know, I just want to move it to put it somewhere to dry so that I could work on something else. And because he's an engineer and he's the most clever person in the world, I'm going to set this up here. He came up with this like handle situation right here, this white bar here. That is like a curtain rod, okay, like a very small curtain rod. It's thin, but it's metal, and it's got 2 rubber feet at the ends, and there's a spring in here. It's spring loaded, and then there's a screw that holds it in place once you've gotten it to where you want it to be. So I can put that spring loaded into the edges of the canvas, screw that into place. It's solid in there, and I can carry these around without touching any part of the canvas, but also in the narrow area, sorry, it also doesn't poke into the canvas fabric at all. So I think that is absolutely brilliant. And I think I'm going to get a bigger one for bigger pieces, but just to carry this around, it's fantastic. I think it was brilliant. So yeah, we just got that at yeah, check that. We just got that at Best Buy, and they have all different sizes, and I think it's perfect. So it's a little hack for carrying canvas around. I mean, it would work for just about any canvas that has, you know, wrapped edges and you don't want to touch it while it's wet. It would not work for my board pieces like the MDF. There's no edges for that to hold on to, but for canvas it's fantastic. And moving forward, I intend to mostly use canvas anyway. The boards are too heavy. It's, you know, I'm out of that phase. I'm into canvas now. I understand more about using resin with canvas than I did back in the day, so I'm growing, and so that's that. I think that's all the big things I have to show you. Nope, one more thing. It's probably going to be another long video. Oh well. Get a coffee, get a drink, get a snack. These guys were, I'm trying with one hand here, on sale at Michael's yesterday for $10. So that's like what, $2 for each container? Yeah, there's 5 in there with these like lock-on handles that I like a lot. It's Tidy, Simply Tidy is the name of the brand. I got 2 sets, so I've got 10 of these because I've been slowly but surely getting supplies separated out into these buckets. Excuse me. I have some bigger ones, and unfortunately I can't grab one right now to show you. The bigger ones, I think I got at Hobby Lobby, and they weren't as cheap as this, but they weren't that expensive either, and they came in sets of like 5 also. They have handles on top, so you click those lids on and then you can carry them by their handle, and they stack, which is great. I have these big shelves that things tend to fall through the slats of the shelves because they're like those metal restaurant shelves, which are great. They soar a lot, but you don't want stuff falling through all of those holes. So to put things in these and have them organized separately, like resin stuff is here, watercolor stuff is here. Well, I have a whole cart that's watercolor stuff. Anyway, acrylic paint stuff here, airbrush here, stuff like that. I feel a little more organized. It looks a little more tidy, so I'm working on that. So I got 10 of those little ones, and I've got probably 8 of the bigger ones. Those 8 bigger ones are already full, already separated out. So I'll be working on that here coming up soon, getting those new ones all full. And I think that is the last big thing that's new. Now I'm going to put the camera down so that you can see the tabletop here, and I can show you some smaller things. Okay, I've got you down a bit so you can see a little more what's going on down here. I think the first thing I'll show is these Liquitex soft body paints. They're newish, and I'm trying to get through them for random projects. I don't really like them that much. I don't think they're pigmented enough. I mean, I get that they're soft body, but they're just not it for me. So that, those are those. Like, I don't use them a lot because I don't really love them, but I'm trying to use them where I can. That's that. So those are Liquitex, again, soft body. It's a set of 12. The package, let's see if I can show the package. The package looks like this. If you're actually interested in them, they're not horrible, don't get me wrong. They're just, I would say this is as good as like deco art or folk art or something, but that's just me. Those are new-ish. I actually got those when I started painting the hats and stuff, which obviously it's horrible for that, but that's around the time that I got those type of things. Anyway, speaking of deco art, I got some deco art paints in metallics. These are okay. I mean, they're metallic. They're different colors. There's, let's see, we've got pewter, copper, rose gold, champagne gold, pink tourmaline, silver, 24 karat gold, and sapphire. So, I mean, they're good for what they're good for, you know, just adding a little shiny accent to stuff that's not, you know, flashy metallic, but yeah, they're good. So I'm gonna move these. Those come as a set at Michael's also, and again, the brand is Deco Art. These are the Leblanc Bourgeois Flashe paints I spoke about in the last video in the favorites. I have 3 of them and I want all of them. So, there's this one. This is Royal Blue. Get the label in case you're interested in getting them. I got these at Blick in Columbus. And this one, what color are you? Not in French. Bright green. Okay. A lot of their label is French, and I do not speak French. And this one is so pretty. This color is ruby red. It's so pretty. So I have those 3, and I definitely want to get more. They're not insanely expensive. They give you an absolute ton of paint, good coverage, a matte dry down, just nice, just very nice if you want just flat color. That's it. I love that stuff. Also in that same kind of, that's a vinyl paint. This I believe is the same. It's flexible acrylic paint, it says. This is FX from Plaid. This is just their white. Is this any particular kind of white? No, it's smooth satin. Oh, it's called Blizzard. This you can find in, I want to say, I'm not sure if it's Joann's or Hobby Lobby, I think. That, or maybe even Michael's, that have like the section for those doing cosplay and stuff like that, and making those costumes and stuff like that. This is in that section, in the FX section. And I just got white to give it a shot and see how it goes, because it says it's flexible, and I like it a lot. I really do, especially if I'm trying to put highlights on bags and hats and stuff like that. This is really, really nice for that, because it stays nice and white. It doesn't fade out on me. This is from Marco's Paper in Centerville on Whip Road. Is it Centerville there? I guess. On Whip Road. It's called Sheer Shimmer Craft Spray and Sparkle. And You can see on the bottom there, it's really sparkly, but it's very thin. So it just kind of gives everything a little sheen of sparkle. It's not big chunky glitter. It's like shimmer, which is what it's called, shimmer. But the bottle looks like this. And it's mainly intended, I guess, for paper crafts, stamping, scrapbooking, stuff like that. But I use it for literally all kinds of stuff. You can't be heavy-handed with it if you want that like sheen shimmer. You have to like give it a light spray, let it dry. If you want more, give it a light spray, let it dry. Don't like build it up, that'll start dripping on you and then it's not cute. So just a tip on that. But that is $6. Yep, $6 at Marco's. And this I have toilet paper that's new. It's so crazy. I know. Look, it's pink, first of all. I found pink toilet paper at IKEA. And I'm not using it as toilet paper in the bathroom or anything because I don't know about dyes and stuff like that, if that's like a bad idea. But I could not get it. So I've been using it to clean out my brushes when I'm doing watercolor. So that's what I just had to show off, my cute pink toilet paper. Anyway, it works really well because it's kind of not thick is the wrong word. Papery, I guess, is the right word. It's papery. It's not soft like, you know, premium toilet paper would be. It's almost like a napkin or like one of those towels you get from like public restrooms that are in like the holder. It feels like that. So yeah, I wouldn't use it in the restroom for like put it in there for people or anything, but for wiping out your brushes, it's really nice actually. Because it's not like tissuey like a Kleenex. It's more papery. Anyway. Let's see what else. I got this. I haven't even gotten to use yet. This is a water container for doing watercolor. Well, I mean, I guess it's for whatever you want to use it for, but you can see it has the strainer in there, brush cleaner, and it's sealed so that it's watertight, which is really good if you're painting on location, which is like my favorite thing to do. And it just clips closed like this. Okay, and it has this handle, so I can just attach a carabiner to this handle and hang it from my backpack, my art bag. And there's my water. I'm good to go. I can bring a bottle of water with me to switch it out if I'm going to be there for a while. So I have clean water. Bing, bang, boom, good to go. And I can carry it back out of the park or wherever it is that we're at if I don't want to pour my paint water out. So, and this was not cheap. These are not cheap, but I think being so watertight and being so sturdy, I think that's probably why they cost so much, but I think it's going to be worth it. Like I said, I haven't gotten to use it yet, but I'm sure it's fantastic. It's made really, really well. And I got this at Blick. No, that's a lie. I got this at Plaza Art Supplies in Cincinnati. So that's that. I just picked these up yesterday at Michael's. These little squirty bottles. I want to do an experiment with these when I can do a little more work. I want to put some ink and paint in these and maybe try squirting it into resin, so like a significant depth of resin, and try to squirt that color like into and see how that goes. I don't know if anybody's done that, but I want to try it, and I don't even know if I explained it well, but that's what those are for. So they're just empty fine tip bottles, plastic, that's what they are. So those are pretty simple. Okay, what's next? Oh, this is Debbie's Design Diary, DIY, Vanishing Act Big Top After Show. This is a honkin' big jar of it. So this is like a clear top coat and finish for projects like working on furniture, vinyl, things like that. I have this for a very specific project, and I've just used it once so far as a tester, and I think it's fantastic. I'm glad I got the big jar. I got this at Antiques Village at one of the vendors there, and I'm sorry I don't remember the name of the vendor, but it's like catty corner from where my wall is on 6th Street. It's like catty corner from my wall, so you should see it there. She's got like some hutches with all of the paints stacked up in there and everything from this Debbie's Design Diary, and they all look beautiful, but I really needed the top coat that was kind of flexible, and you can hear it's kind of watery. Yeah, dry time 30 minutes, may vary depending on temperature. So yeah, I found that to be true as well. So there's that. A couple of coats of this, and things are like good, really good. So I'm really happy with that for several different projects. At the same time, at a different shop at Antiques Village, I also picked up 2 paints, and this is Silk All-in-One Mineral Paint. This one, I can't read the name anymore because I've got paint on it. Cape something blue. Actually, these came as a set together in like a mesh bag, so look for it that way. This is Cape something. This is 4 ounces of paint, so they're like the samples of paint. This one's called Anchor. This is not black, it's super duper duper dark blue. I hope you can tell. And this one's like a lighter blue, and they look really good together. But being mineral paint, it's like easy to work with, but it dries down nice and matte also. And I just don't want to show you the project that I have that on yet because I'm still working on it and it's taking forever, of course. Next is, let's talk about these guys. These are Tim Holtz Distress watercolor pencils. So I have two of the sets. I think there are 3. There might be 4. I think there's 3. This one is so new I haven't even opened it yet. This one is just maybe a couple weeks older than that one. I haven't done anything with these yet. But how does this work? See, look, I haven't even gotten it open. Okay, I'm just going to grab a couple and test them anyway. There we go. Couldn't get it out. Let's try the purple. What are you called? Villainous Potion. They have cute names. And we'll try this one. Salvage Patina. So this set is... Oh, you're kidding. I just dumped those everywhere. Oh my gosh. They're not even going to be in order anymore, y'all. Well, at least I'll take the time to put them back in order after the video. Gosh. Okay. This is the set 1. They look similar, but they're not. They're 2 different sets. But what I'm going to do is, so they feel a little bit like between a crayon and a colored pencil. But there's the purple potion, poison, whatever it was. Here's that aqua color, what are you called? Salvage Patina. And I got some water over here. What I'm gonna do is drop some water and spread that out and see if it works as well as my Caran d'Ache pencils that I love so much. It looks like there's still a little bit of shadowing from the purple. Both of them have a little bit, it looks like. I waited a minute, but still shouldn't have to work that fast. Oh, mix them. Oh, it's pretty colors though. Like soft. Here's something I'll try. Let's try it with the purple. I'll try using the brush on the pencil and see what kind of pigment I can get off without having to, oh, okay. It's as good as if I had, well, even better than if I had written it on the page, so, or scribbled it on the page, so that's cool. All right, so that's set 1. Shall we go through the names? So we've got Salvage Patina, Villainous Potion, what are you? Pickled Raspberry. I hope you guys can see. Salty Ocean, Peeled Paint. That's a really good name for that color. Peeled Paint, yeah. Yep, that's a really good name for that. Rusty Hinge. Okay. Fired Brick. Speckled Egg. Good name for that one too. Mustard Seed. Black Soot. Walnut Stain. And what's the white one called? Y'all, I don't have any fingernails. Picket Fence. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. So that's set 1. Now, set 2 looks similar to me, but subtly different, I guess. I'm going to open this up and try. I need something sharp. Y'all. I'm getting humbled by this injury, let me tell you. Okay. Almost there. Okay, this is set 2. Let's see, these look brighter to me. Let's see. Okay. I got that one out easier that time. Yeah, these definitely look like a brighter set compared to this one. You can tell. But in this one, we've got Kitsch Flamingo, Barn Door, Spiced Marmalade, Fossilized Amber, Cracked Pistachio, I like that color, Twisted Citron, Mermaid Lagoon, Iced Spruce. Okay, that's probably my favorite one. Iced Spruce is really, it's gray, but it's a green gray, which I love. Prize Ribbon, Seedless Preserves, Antique Linen, and Vintage Photo. I'm going to do Antique Linen also. Because to me, yeah. Those look, this looks a lot darker on here. Both of those do. But I'm okay with that because I don't want it to be too subtle. I'm gonna have some color. Okay, that's cute. I like the green gray. What did I call that? Iced Spruce. That's bomb. I like that color a lot. It's really like gray sky gray. And that linen one is pretty too. Well, you guys can see those. Anyway, those are the Tim Holtz watercolor pencils, and they are the color all the way through, which is one of the main reasons I wanted to get them. There's no wood to them. They're sharpenable. Again, they're like a soft pencil, and the color is the entire thing. So for the price, I think that's really good. Okay. Then I got, okay, this is pretty new. I believe, yes, I got this tin Blick. I'm pretty sure it was either Blick or Plaza fairly recently. And I love, what is this rolling on? I love a tin that's actually tin as opposed to plastic, like something like this. You see, this one's plastic. I don't really like that so much as I like tin. And this has got so much mixing. It's got a little thumb hole that I hardly ever use those, but it's got a lot of mixing space. And the paints that I have in here currently are Holbein. These are all the Holbein colors I have. Well, I had. Yeah, all the Holbein colors that I have are in here. And I love Holbein, so I dedicated one palette to them. And if I get more, I'll probably put them in here and just use this as the mixing space. But regardless, it's a nice big palette. It's all metal. And I love that. I don't have to stick that paint that is falling out back in there. But that guy, if you can find these, they're fantastic. And it's, you know, nice and flat. I don't know why I like that, but I do. And speaking of this plastic one, this is Derwent watercolor. This is the pastel shades paint pan set. And this is the color swatch thing here. This is the kit, the set. You can see there's plastic still in here. I haven't even really opened this yet. I've only taken it out of the box. So that was satisfying. We're gonna keep this open. It comes with a little water brush, which is cute. I rarely use them, but it's cute. A little sponge to wipe your brush off on, which I never use either because once they're dirty, like, it seems so silly. But I am going to swatch these bad boys and hopefully they'll show up. I don't know. The only other Derwent pan set I have is the Inktense, and I love those, but they have graphite in them, so it's almost like it's pigment with graphite in it, and it makes everything like a moody color, and I love that. But that is not this. This is supposed to be just watercolor, but in pastel. So I'm assuming there's white added to all of these pigments. I do not know what the pigments are. I could look it up, but I'm not going to right now. Our colors are lemon, peach, coral pink, pink flamingo, orchid pink, lavender. Then we've got cornflower blue, turquoise, mint, artichoke, storm gray, and silver blue. These all, they look nice. Some of them are a little bright, but that's okay. Oh, they get like real creamy all of a sudden. I was not expecting that. I was expecting a very hard pan. But there is a lot of white in there. But it's pretty. Okay. Happy with that. That's the lemon. I'm not having to work real hard, which is good, but I'm not a big fan of when they rattle around in their pan either, but that's not a big deal. I guess that's one of the reasons I thought they were going to be so hard and hard to re-wet, but they're not, at least so far. Let's see, that was the peach. This one's the coral pink. Ooh, pretty, but bright. My goodness. That is no joke in the brightness. Let's see. Pink flamingo. Looks like very, yeah, almost watermelon. yeah, not having to work very hard at all with these. This one is the Orchid Pink, which looks like a bubble gum kind of, with a little purple to it. Oh, so Orchid. They named it properly. This one is Lavender, which I would want my lavender to be a little bit more pastel and more of a bluer shade, but it's still a pretty color. It's more lilac, I would say, but why? This is the Cornflower Blue. Oh, that's a beautiful color. To be fair, you could pretty much mix any of these colors if you looked up the pigments and added white, I suppose. But they're convenience colors, and there, of course, is the school of thought that you don't use white watercolor for anything ever. I'm not one of those people, but I think if it's pretty, do it, but that's not necessarily taught professionally in school. I think probably both schools of thought are taught in professional art school. I have no idea though. The green, the artichoke, is gorgeous. I have a feeling these last three are going to be stunning. The Storm Gray is like gray mauve. Oh, that's beautiful. Though I was not expecting that color. So this one's supposed to be silver blue. And silver as in, not in it as in it's a metallic, but in the shade. Okay, I see the blue coming out a bit, yeah. So here's our swatches. They seem to be very true to this. This one's a little rosier than it looks on the swatch to me, but that mauve look, oh, that's so pretty. Storm Gray. If I only had one color out of here, it would be that Storm Gray and the artichoke. Anyway, so that set's nice. I like that. I'm glad I got that. That I found at Joann Fabrics a couple weeks ago. So that's that. Oh, I'm not going to swatch these, but I'm going to show them to you. These are a set that my husband got for me, and I'm not sure if I showed it on TikTok or on a video or not, so I'm going to do that now. These are this is the Mission Gold Pure Pigment set, 24 colors. Well, is it 24 or is it 26? Because they give you two. Look how beautiful this is packaged. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So it's 26. But they gave you two smaller tubes, one of black and one of white. Is that correct? Ivory black and Chinese white. So yeah, the black and white are smaller tubes. And then the rest of these, I believe, are 5 milliliter, 15 milliliter tubes. So, and these are probably 7. Way off. 15 milliliter, 7 milliliters. So, the colors in here are fantastic. I've used this a couple times before the injury, and I have loved it. Magello is, in my opinion, incredible company. There's a couple of pamphlets in here with this is the swatches of the colors, printed swatches, a chart with the names of the colors, this little cover to keep it nice and safe that I just put on top of the wet paints. This is the pamphlet in a bunch of different languages, which I think is nice. They are from Japan, I believe. Anyway, Gold Class Mission Colors Found in Nature Pure Pigment Set. So these pigments, these are all one pigment colors that are in here. In here, I'm a mess. And I'll read you the pigments. Let's see. So we got Chinese white, lemon yellow, permanent yellow light. Okay. Permanent yellow deep, autumn orange, red orange, permanent red deep, rose madder, quinacridone permanent rose, which I love, quinacridone permanent magenta, quinacridone violet, dioxazine violet, cobalt blue number 2, cerulean blue, phthalocyanine blue, ultramarine light, I'm losing my voice, cobalt turquoise hue, meridian, bamboo green, cobalt green deep, green gold, one of my favorite colors, yellow ochre number 2, burnt sienna number 2, red brown, Van Dyke brown, and ivory black. So that is those bad boys. They're beautiful. I love, love, love them. My husband got these for me as a gift, and you could have knocked me over with a feather. I love them. I already have them in pans in that big palette I showed in my 2022 favorites, that really big desk palette that I keep. They are already poured out into there, except maybe the black and white. I don't know if those are in there or not. But it comes in this beautiful box. I'll be using it for a very long time, and they're fantastic. I'm glad that I like the quality so much, because I'm picky. I'm not crazy picky, but I'm kind of picky. The more I learn about watercolor, the more picky I am. But I think that's true for any watercolorist. So anyway, the other day when we went to Renaissance Art Supplies, and we went to another art supply store called, oh man, maybe I'll remember before the end of the video. I can't remember at the moment. It was another small, what was it called? It's gone. Anyway, I picked up a Daniel Smith no, these were all at Renaissance. I didn't buy anything at the other store. It was just a cool store. That's what it was. All of these I got at Renaissance. Anyway, I got a Daniel Smith Cobalt Teal Blue because it's beautiful, and I don't really see it everywhere all the time. When I go to look for it, I can never find it. So, big tube of Cobalt Teal Blue, which is so pretty. And then I got my first M. Graham tube. I've not tried M. Graham watercolor yet, so this will be the first one. So I got it in like a standard color that you use a lot, at least I do, called Naples Yellow. And I found this guy for like $3, well, 40% off for $3. This little tool, because these are sometimes very hard to open, especially once they've been opened many times. They get kind of dry. This, if I can do it, you put it on your cap to turn it, to open it. Yeah, okay. Okay. To open it, and it helps you get things open. I'm hoping to use this for nail polish bottles as well, because if you get your nails done, you know sometimes those bottles are really hard to open. So, this has got a little separation at the top, but there we go. Ooh, they must be like a honey based or something. Did you see how it's stretched? I don't know. I'm gonna have to look up if M. Graham is honey based paint or not. Okay. That is, I mean, it's Naples Yellow. It's kind of a dark Naples Yellow to me. But it may be that I just got a lot of that separation. I don't know. We're going to have to play with that. But that's the Naples Yellow from M. Graham. Okay. This one is, anyway, that was the little squeezy lid opener tricky thing, and that was really cool to find. Oh, it's so pretty, you guys. This is the Cobalt Teal Blue. That is so pretty. I'm going to be using this a lot. Look, I'm going to pick up some of this Naples yellow. So I just had a lot of it on there. We'll see. And oh my goodness, it's so pretty. Oh, I'm so glad to have that Daniel Smith color. Look at that. So pretty. Now I want to mix them. See what it looks like. That makes an interesting, pretty color. Mixed. Nice. Okay, so those are those two. I only got those 2 tubes of paint when we went, but I'm pretty happy with both. That Naples yellow, I don't know yet. I don't know yet on that. First of all, if it's honey based, a lot like Core, I can't travel with it, but it's okay for like in the studio painting. We'll just wait and see. I'll do some research on that. This I got at Plaza Artist Supply. There's a porcelain palette. I had not seen these there before. It's and that was the only one there at the time, so I snatched it up because I love porcelain palettes. But look how cute this is. I think this is a Jack Richardson. Yeah, I already tossed the box, but I'm pretty sure it's Jack Richardson. But look at all of the mixing space, a place for your little brush, but all of these individual dents for color. I love that. That is so cute to me. And this is good for sitting, oh my gosh, if I don't break it, sitting out on your desk as you're painting, not for travel. I'm so sorry I keep dropping things, you guys. I'm not used to using my left hand. I'm trying though. Okay, the next thing is, I went through all this stuff. I'm almost done. Okay, this is all like paper stuff. Okay. So I found this at the Renaissance Art Supplies, and I had never seen this before. This is inkjet paper, but it's watercolor paper from Strathmore. Now, medium texture, cold press finish, which I love, ideal for replicating watercolor artwork. I gotta move this wet paint out of the way. Accepted by all inkjet printers. I've only used it once, but it did work with my printer. There's 8 sheets in here. This stuff is not cheap. It's 8.5 by 11, your standard copy paper size. Let's see. Paper specifications. Watercolor paper plus coating. Basic weight 115. 245 GSM. That's really good, I think, for going through a printer. 8.5 by 11, acid free, linen free. Strathmore watercolor inkjet is compatible with dye and pigment based inkjet printers. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna open this, take out a sheet, make sure there's no wet paint on my hand. Take out a sheet, show you what it looks like. It has a couple pages for directions in here. In different languages. So here's, it's a bright white watercolor paper. And you can feel, I mean, you can hear the thickness sort of there. So that, what, 245 GSM, so that is not bad. Considering like your standard sketchbook's gonna be 300 GSM that most people would work on. I don't think that's bad at all. And the fact that it'll go through, I can tell you that the standard 300 GSM from pretty much anything else, a sheet from a sketchbook, anything is not going to go through my printer. So the idea that this one did, and it looks like it's on watercolor paper, like and well, it is on watercolor paper, is pretty awesome, because then I can make copies of watercolor paintings. Now, I can't sell that as an original, obviously, because I didn't paint on that paper. I printed on that paper, but it's a nice option for prints. If there's a piece that, you know, is particularly good for as a candidate for that. So I tested this, and the painting I tested it on is this one here. This one's called Beach Vibes. I painted this last year, I believe. So you can see it's pretty colorful. This is the copy. Obviously this size is not 8.5 by 11. So you'll see a border on this copy. This is the print. So the only issue I see with this, because it has the texture of the watercolor paper and everything, which is wonderful. The only issue I see with this is the intensity. My printer is very old and it's been through a lot. I think if I had a printer where I could turn up the intensity of the color, I think it would look almost exactly like this. As far as the duplication, I think it's fantastic, and it's really great that it's on this textured kind of watercolor paper. I love that. It was not cheap. I think the price has long since been thrown away. Yeah, it was not cheap, but I know that you can find this online. And again, it's Strathmore Inkjet Watercolor, if you're searching it up. And I don't know if they have like a hot press version or not. I like the cold press myself, but very cool. I'm really happy with this. I'll probably be getting more online since that business is going out of business, the art store. I'll probably be ordering more online and making prints of quite a bit of my watercolor work, because if it sells, I don't have a copy. You know, I'd like to have a copy of my own. If not selling the print, I would like to have my own print. The next thing I have found is printable vinyl from Cricut. Just kind of self-explanatory. I'm going to be able to print, then cut stickers, stuff like that. That's what that's for. I want to do more stickers, better stickers. These are the same, only by Silhouette, and this one is an iridescent background for stickers. And this one is a glitter background for stickers. So I got all three of those the other day. I have used this one before, the glitter one before, and it came out really nice. So I'm happy with that. When I see it, I get it. So I saw it, I got it. Now, the superstar of this new stuff video is this guy. Y'all, I found a Trapper Keeper, a legit Mead Trapper Keeper, and I got it to put stuff like this in, like sticker supplies and stuff like that. It's got the old school Velcro. Like, I'm such a child. Like, this is everything right now. It's got an inside pocket here. I got two of the folders, the Trapper Keeper folders. It's got the little clippy here. Right now I had some other what is this, like other sticker paper in here, but these are all going to go in to these folders. And then I've got a nice, safe, secure, clean place for all of that paper to go, like so. And I'm really happy with my Trapper Keeper. Listen, I saw somebody on TikTok the other day who had made a Trapper Keeper case for an iPad, and I think that is amazing. So you open it up and you prop it up like, you know, you would an iPad case, but there's also the keyboard in there and everything. Oh my gosh, and it looked just like this. It was so cool. Anyway, I'm so happy to have a Trapper Keeper, because I'm just that person, and it's going to be good for holding this paperwork and stuff like that. And I think I might get another one for actual business paperwork, because I really like it. I think, you guys, that is all I'm going to show you in my toilet paper in my new things I've gotten recently video here. Gosh, yeah, it was a lot. A lot. Probably another long video, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a really good day. It looks really gray and gross outside, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.